welcome to WLM Wildcat Radio and Podcast. Today I'm here with
Stoltenberg.
And we are here to talk to him about what he does at the high school.
Yeah, so I'm the athletic trainer here at Rains ISD. So I take care of all of our athletes from 7th grade all the way up through 12th grade. So another word for athletic training is also going to be sports medicine. So pretty much my job here is to make sure that all of our kids in athletics are both physically and mentally, taken care of. Their health needs are met, especially from like an orthopedic standpoint. We dabble in a little bit of nutrition. We make sure their mental health is also taken care of and things like that. So we're really kind of the medical safety net for the athletes here on campus.
That's really interesting. How did you get into this profession?
So when I was in high school, I went to a really, really small high school. We didn't have an athletic trainer, didn't know what an athletic trainer was. Ended up, as most athletes do, getting hurt throughout my career. Went through the whole process of, going to the doctor, having to have surgery, physical therapy, all of that. And really getting to see that side of things kind of opened that door for me. I didn't know what most of those professions were, didn't know you could do that, how to do that. So that's something that I became interested in, as I got older. I always knew I wanted to do something in the medical field, but I was also growing up a huge fan of sports, and finding a profession that allowed me to combine the two of those things just kind of felt like a good fit for me.
I know there's a lot of kids in here at the school that do sports and like medicine. How do you what do you say to them when they want to go into this profession?
Yeah, so pretty much to anybody who is interested in the field of athletic training or physical therapy, our fields are pretty close, pretty tight-knit. There's a lot of overlay between what we do. For those who are kind of interested in the profession, once you graduate high school, you have to go to a 4-year college to attain a bachelor's degree, normally within a focus of athletic training. So normally, like my degree is, I have a bachelor's of science in kinesiology with a focus in athletic training. So 4 years as a bachelor's. After that, it's 2 years for a master's degree. It only required 4 years of bachelor's, but they've recently upped the standard, so now it's 6 years of college across the board to get into our profession. Once you have your degrees, you're allowed to sit in front of the state and our national certification board to attain your medical license. You can take those tests, and then after that, you are a full-fledged athletic trainer. You're allowed to practice. Depending on what type of test you take, whether it be a state or a national exam, you can practice within your state or anywhere in the U.S. It just really depends on, like I said, which test you take, which route you choose to go. Me personally, I took both. I took the state exam because it was an easier exam, easier pass rate, which allowed me to practice here in Texas. But I also chose to go the national route because I knew I wanted to work at a college setting, which at the college you travel outside of the state of Texas, so you have to be nationally certified as well. So I ended up taking both tests, passing them both, and so now, like me personally, I'm an athletic trainer, licensed and certified, so I can practice anywhere in the United States.
And what's your favorite part about this job?
My favorite part about the job is basically seeing my kids or my athletes come back from injuries. So specifically post-surgical athletes, like athletes that get hurt, we have to do some type of surgery to either repair a bone, a ligament, whatever that may be. Seeing those kids, especially some of the more long-term ones, like with some of your, more intense injuries like ACL tears, those are 9-month recoveries from the date of injury. It's 9 months until you can step back on that field. So that's 9 months of one-on-one work with me, physical therapy, conditioning, strength training, pretty much everything under the sun as far as getting them back to physical health and mental health. For me, it's super rewarding to put in that 9 months of dedicated work to one specific kid, and then to watch them, go back out on the field, go back on the court for their first game back after that extended time away. To me, that's really, really rewarding. That's kind of what I do it for, is to see those kids get to work back into a sport that they love.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a proud moment, just like watching these kids kind of like struggle to get up, and then them finally going back on the court, and you're like, like you're fine, like you're good.
Exactly. No, it is a really good feeling, like I said, to take them from, I get them at their worst to where they're weak, they're broken, something's wrong with them, and then to get to slowly build them back over that, several month window. Like I said, it's very rewarding, like I said, to get to see them, their excitement of getting back on the court or back on the field or whatever it may be.
I know we talked about this, but what are some other hobbies that you're interested in?
Yeah, so mostly in my spare time, whenever I'm not, here working sports, mostly in my spare time, I spend playing video games. I'm a very avid gamer. I pretty much, that's how I take up most of my time outside of school whenever I'm not, at home with the family. Any spare chance I get, I'm probably going to be on my Xbox more than likely.
What kind of games do you play?
A little bit of everything, I play the basic, the shooters, your battle royale, Call of Duties, things like that. A little bit of Fortnite here and there. I love those games, but I also enjoy, good RPGs, games like that. Here recently I've been replaying through the Witcher game and things like that, and so, I enjoy a little bit of everything. I'm not really one category over another. It's a good way for me to just decompress and kind of detach and kind of get my mind off stuff.
I know you've talked about hobbies, but tell me more about your home life.
Okay. So I have a wife who I've been married to for, it's 5 years, I guess. Seems like 20, but it's only been 5. And then we have an 8-month-old son at home named Warren. So, most of my day, whenever I get home, if he's still awake, is spent. I always have to interact with my son whenever I get home. He's kind of young enough that he's still learning everything. So it's always nice when I get home, he's the first thing I get to see when I walk in. I enjoy spending time with him, teaching him about, all the good things in life, showing him all the games and hobbies and stuff. Most mornings on the weekends, whenever I have him, I usually wake up, let my wife sleep as much as she can, and we spend most Saturday mornings in my little room that I have in our house, either playing games. Granted, he's not old enough to play, 8-month-old. He has his own little dedicated controller that's broken that he plays on. But, we're either playing games or we're, watching TV or something. I'm trying to teach him about all the good shows in life. Here recently we've been rewatching old episodes of Dragon Ball Z, trying to get him to understand that this is how, I grew up watching that show as a kid, still, watch it as an adult. And it's just something that I really look forward to sharing with my son, is something that I grew up on and enjoyed. And so, granted, again, he's only 8 months old. Don't know how much of it he's, understanding and, and realizing. But it's still something fun to share with him, even if he's not quite old enough to really comprehend, everything that's happening.
I'm sure even though he doesn't know what's going on, he enjoys that quality time together.
I'd like to think so.
Okay, well, we're going to wrap it up right there. Thank you for listening to WLN Wildcat Radio, and thank you for coming.
Yeah, no problem. I appreciate you guys having me. I enjoy getting to kind of share a little bit of my story every now and then.
Yes, sir. Don't forget to listen to us on Spotify, and see you later, Wildcats.